It is really upsetting for young British students who have the grades, who desperately want to be doctors in a country which desperately needs them, to be turned down. And we nearly went through that as a parent. I have an interest. My oldest daughter is a junior doctor, and the agonies that she went through and we went through as parents, wondering if she would get the grades and would get a place, that is a really awful thing that many British families go through. And it is simply not right when, as my honourable friend from South Cambridge has said, we have 30,000 doctors from India down to 3,000 from Iraq. We should be able to train more. And I am encouraged that at last the Chancellor of the Exchequer says that the government will bring forward a plan to ensure that the NHS has the workforce that it requires to meet future need. That plan will be for the next 5, 10 and 15 years, taking into account improvements of retention. That is absolutely right. And frankly, we should have backed it when he was chair of the Health Select Committee and made the same point. But better late than never, a sinner that repents and all that. Anyway, so that is good. I want to talk mainly about general practice, but we have to get the training right for our doctors everywhere, in hospitals and in general practice. They work incredibly hard under huge stress. I'm delighted to be visiting the junior doctors' mess at the Luton Dunstable Hospital. I had an invitation recently. I will listen with very, very carefully to what is said there. But I do want to talk about general practice and, in particular, making sure we have somewhere to train those young GPs as they go through our career. So I was very upset, Sir George, to learn last Wednesday that my integrated care board, Bedfordshire, Luton and Milton Keynes, has had to turn away 8 trainee GPs because there's nowhere for them to go. And this is an absolutely appalling situation as far as I'm concerned. In my constituency, I have 14,000 new homes being built. The NHS used 2.4 people per home. That's 33,600 new residents. And we are really struggling to expand general practice. And indeed, last Wednesday, again, my integrated care board scrapped 30 of the 53 proposed expansions of primary care across their area where we could have trained these young GPs for the lack of £2.95 million out of a £1.7 billion budget. Now, I just think about those 8 trainee GPs that Bedfordshire, Luton and Milton Keynes had to turn away. And my constituents are particularly angry because in the east of Leighton Buzzard, there's a big new development called Clipston Park. And I have here a copy of what Barrett Holmes, Taylor Wimpey and David Wilson Holmes said, and is in the planning application, and it says that this development will see the delivery of a doctor's surgery. No ifs, no buts, no caveats, it will happen. And people bought those homes on the basis that they would be a doctor's surgery where we could train these young doctors that we are talking about. And it's not happening. So is it surprising that there is a breakdown in trust amongst our constituents? It simply isn't good enough. We've had 2 health hubs that desperately believe in integrated health and care, also not given the go-ahead. And I've also discovered, Sir George, that of the £7 billion of Section 106 money to fund facilities, including healthcare to train doctors, less than £187 million went into health. And this is simply not good enough. We either take health seriously or we don't. And frankly, we need to get waiting times down in hospitals, but we need to get down the waiting time at 8 o'clock every morning that many of our constituents do day after day after day, trying to see a young doctor of whom we need to train so many more.